Talk to me, train man. I need your deepest, darkest secrets. I'll stand really close to your orifice.
Shongololo, are you awake? Hello?
Ah! Who's there? I am Shongololo, last of the living trains. Have you visited me for treasure? I will tell you where I saw gold once. I have no need to covet sparkly things. I was having a lovely dream about gold and about her.
Gold?
Tulip. She speaks to me, you know. I was pondering the first time we truly bonded. Those red agnets thought it was amusing that I, the last human train conductor, should become their first living train. They engineered this living locomotive out of me, turned me inside out. They twisted my flesh, broke my bones, and bound me to this metal prison. I never screamed. I laughed. I rejoiced.
You rejoiced? That sounds like torture.
I must tell you, friend. I must share this with you.
Fine.
Do you know why I rejoiced? I'm going to tell you. I knew this was the very train that Tulip had ridden all those years ago. They reconstituted it into my superstructure. And now I knew that my Tulip would be with me forever. And I with her. Go now. I have told you everything I know or care to share. Let an old train rust in peace.
Aww. Oh. Oh, it gave me a new location. That's distressing. So when he says that Tulip talks to him, he means that Tulip is... This is the train that Tulip died in, and she was like a red mist. And that those remains are now up in his shit. Granted, it probably got cleaned out, but some of it might be there. I don't know. Well, she got taken out by a laser, so she might have died during the alien invasion. And if she died during the alien invasion, then maybe they did never clean the train out because society was ending. But he's probably delusional about her talking to him. But I guess when he said, I'll tell you about where you can find gold, I guess the idea is I got this coordinate updated on my map. Because he never actually went and talked about it again. So I guess in that moment I got this coordinate. It was just sort of an implied moment. Poor guy. And yet he's been around for so long. I think he survived since... The flowers wind their way up through fields of sun-bleached bones. I don't have a perfect grip on the world's history or anything, but I think he might have been around since before I jumped time. A flat-topped rock rises above the rough grass. We didn't seem to be aware of bad stuff happening back then, so I'm not totally sure. Like, we didn't seem to be aware of this kind of shit happening. So maybe this happened to him afterwards, but maybe not that long afterwards. Maybe the gold springbuck. Maybe it was just as, like, things just kept getting worse, and they kept taking over society more and more. It's very V. I never watched the original V, but I watched the remake that had the woman from Firefly in it. That one actress that's from Firefly and Deadpool. She played like the queen of the evil V's, the visitors, which are all snake people or something. And it was eerie. Because yeah, they come in, they act like, we're here to cure all your diseases and bring you untold technology and we're great. And they all look like beautiful, attractive humans. And so like, they gain everyone's trust, but they're all actually evil reptile monsters. Which is basically the origin of this game, more or less. Is that there was the whole... all that propaganda about the aliens who invaded this place being this positive force for this world. But it was also like very illegal to speak against them and so on, and they also clearly did a bunch of horrible shit and experiments along the way. The first thing that came to mind in that first episode to me, I don't know if I actually ever fully explained it or not, But V is also why I have my rule I often apply to sci-fi shows, where I don't watch any sci-fi shows unless they have been renewed for the 3rd season. That's my rule. And it's just because so many sci-fi shows I watched would get canceled after 1 or 2 seasons that it was just getting exhausting, and V was one of those shows. I was having fun with that show, and Flash Forward, I think it was called, was one that was airing at like the same time, and they both got canceled after 1 or 2 seasons. Same thing happened with Revolution. It's like, motherfucker. Alright, well, I quit. These flowers are weirdly beautiful but unsettling. Cause yeah, I like me some genre fiction, but I also don't like it just vanishing midway through like that. The tracks are rusted with age and disuse. This place seems jam-packed with the radiation. Keep waiting for it to come up. This was just in my inventory. Interestingly, the moment we got to this world, it was just here in my inventory, and I didn't know where I got it from. It still hasn't come up or done anything, and we've been at it for a while, so it's kind of a surprise. Is it more gold? Yeah, I got an achievement for doing this, so it seemed pretty optional. So I'm thinking gold. Ha! I'd like to thank the Academy. Yeah, it's a chance to stock up on some gold. I do wonder, like, what percentage of this game is optional. Because I see stuff like this. I think I walked by that earlier and didn't see it. Damn. A little creepy, sure, but it could be of value. Eerie area. I wonder if there's any items just out in the middle of the field. Or did they do what they might have done the smart thing, which is to put all the items around the walls, because somebody methodically searching will like feel out the dimensions of the area by walking along the walls in a big circle like I just did. Whereas otherwise scraping up and down like this is really inefficient and also like difficult for the mind to process at times. I call it lawn mowing, because you just zigzag back and forth until you touch every single part of the floor, like you're mowing the lawn. Thing is, when you're mowing the lawn, you can see how much lawn you've mown, but it's way harder to do in a game if you don't have like fog of war or some kind of other mechanic to kind of track your progress. Well, I've got some money now. Looking around definitely paid off, but it mostly just gave me more money and some narrative about the train guy. Unfortunately, I think he talked about the city of Boss, but didn't tell me how to get to it. I'm trying to remember if I have any information about Boss yet. Temple of Babel can be reached, but only through a warden, and only an agnet could give you access, which you never will. Let me tell you about the boss. I visited Boss once as a train, horrid folks. Scientists and great minds of the old world, they built an empire. The Ascendancy got worried. They thought the boss would destroy the Tower of Babel. The priests rained destruction on Bass. Turn them to ash. So we're mostly just given hints about the Warden network. And I mean, that's the main thing, is that's what connects to it all. I don't think there's anything left here. I've been to most of these locations. The Hanging Nexus is the main loose end in this entire zone. Once I can get the coordinates to boss. But Shizunyama are destroyed. The train tracks and ruins are empty. The train station has the train that doesn't want to talk to me anymore. Halkett Hangar was where the game started. We already got Buddy from there. Perhaps we shall return to Witherburg. Spend all the tokens, spend all the gold I currently have, turn it into tokens. Double check to see if there's any upgrades I can get. But if there's not, then I can just use them at the other place. Which, I need to remember what it was called, but I think it was on this map. But there actually aren't that many stores so far.
We need to get out of here.
Uh-oh. Well, that's unfortunate. Adam did not survive, it would appear. Unless he just passed out drunk and puked, but I think he might be dead. I'm not sure if you can defeat the worms. Got 4 of these, wow. $7 credits. 9 credits. Are we done counting? 9 credits it is. Yeah, it's still counting up here, but not there. Wow, these notifications take a while to catch up, huh? It sounds like each of the items was worth 2.
Ah, my sweet. Welcome back. Are you looking to trade?
Let's see what you got.
Awaiting new stock. Yeah, we have to be outside. We can't leave locations when we're indoors. Every character has left Witherburg, more or less. I wonder if that hunter guy is still over here. The mechanic I met at the beginning is gone. The bartender's gone. The worm guy seems to be dead. The hunter might still be here, but aside from that, it's just the vendor. The immortal vendor. She may never be gone. No, he's just hanging out here. He's one of the most regular people we've seen so far. Everything else has been a culture shock. Can I go to the Agnet outpost? That's not the... Is it the same thing as the military base I went to before? I think it might be. This is the one that I had to get a transponder to get to, I think. Yep. Machine is remotely controlled and may start without warning.
When all this is over and we're back home, I've got an idea. I've always wanted my own game farm. Nothing big, just some bucks, some ostriches, maybe my own chickens.
You asking for a loan? I'm a little strapped for cash right now.
No. Ach, it's just a dream.
It sounds really nice, Don. It really does.
Well, maybe we could do it together. Even Pooch can come. I think we can make a good team. You know, if you want to. Leslie Brothers Farm. There's a nice ring to it.
Planning for the future. Not gonna lie, I don't remember what the crashed lab is. When I think of a crashed lab, I think of in the tear. So what was going on here? So many locations in this game, it's actually overwhelming. Okay, yeah, I recognize this place. I don't think this place had loose ends. Maybe it does. Oh, is this where I found... This is where I found you, yeah. Data core remote. Enabled at remote location. Nanite experiment. Command module spore experiment. Oh. Lion-like creatures. Whoa, look at these guys. Were you here before? A pride of large wildcats with scaly skin like armadillos lounges in the shade. What am I looking at here? I'm trying to find their faces in there and it's hard. They're trippy. Were those there before? When I found them the first time? So we have more context for this place now. This seems to be the same experiment that the nanomachines in the Terror were from. Like this is more of that same satellite crash lab. So I wasn't wrong when I was thinking like, I know of one crashed lab, but I don't remember what this one was. Like when I was thinking of the other crashed lab, it's because they seem to be the same crashed lab. Like the satellite broke up on re-entry. And part of it ended up here. Maybe. That's what comes to mind, at least. I should do my due diligence of reassessing my memory on some of these things. Let's go to array site 2. Some of these array sites, like my goal is to find the parts for the array. It could be really important to be able to find... Are these the red agnates? Yeah, I wanna check the array sites again, just in case, because they could reassert a goal, or maybe there's an obstacle that I couldn't pass because I needed an item, and now I have it. It's hard to keep it all in your head. I am continually surprised this game doesn't have a quest log of any kind. Because you actually juggle a lot of non-linear goals simultaneously. I guess this goes here, huh? Yeah. I might as well put components in here as I find them, because you never know when they might, like, progress the story. Sometimes in games like this, that is how you progress the story, is you turn it in. And that somehow enables your access to the next thing, or maybe I repaired something and that gives me the ability to do things. So I need red mercury and the tear slingshot. It's good to remind ourselves of these things. So array site 2 is my ultimate goal location, with its unassuming name of array site number 2. Making it very easy to lose track of that. One less item to run around with. And we'll now try to remember where the other store was. It's been a while. Yeah, I think it's that. I think it was Kettle. I think Kettle was the other vendor where I got the military transponder. And so maybe I need to go there for something else. Maybe they sell something else I can use. It's always good to double check. I am kind of continually overwhelmed by how many regions there are in this game. I think a different kind of game with this many locations might have you visit them one at a time. Like you're on this map for Act 1 and on this map for Act 2, and so you kind of like permanently progress to a new map with like 6 to 8 locations on it without having to keep them all in mind at once. This is a super open approach to design.
Hey Chief, looking to trade.
Let's see what you've got.
That's it. Oh yeah, these smokes are over 100 years old and for display purposes only. And then fuzzy dice. Just dice that are fuzzy. That's it. I could buy them and still have 7 credits left. Like, they're not expensive. Just part of me is worried I might come into a big amount of value later. I'm inclined to think that the train situation was very optional, money-wise. And you probably can't completely screw yourself, I suppose. And maybe one thing I'm wondering is, yeah, maybe these have a weird use, or maybe they're just clutter that wastes time in your waste space in your inventory. But maybe buying everything makes this guy, like, maybe story happens. Like maybe there's something else he says or does once you bought all this stuff, or maybe he replaces his stock with new stuff that's better after you get these things. Or maybe they just never get anything again. I don't know. I don't know. But I've done it. And now you can all be disappointed in me. Put them here where gold used to be. To remind myself of the gold that was once there.
Hey Chief, looking to trade.
Let's see what you've got.
Nothing! Cool. That's the end of that.
Any of the food, civilian.
You wouldn't eat any of this food. Well, where else am I gonna get food these days? How's this guy doing? Isn't he the doctor I turned off in like episode like 3 or something? How's he doing in the meantime? Sangoba Tabernacle.
Welcome back, Pilgrim. Caesar swells with happiness that you have returned. You and your friends look tired. This world has taken its toll on you. Why do you not stay a while at the kettle? Rest, recuperate. The world will still be there when you leave.
Cut the fucking cock. I know you stole the biome seeding device.
Caesar has no knowledge of this.
Oh, I know Caesar does. The Nest mentioned a traveling medicine man.
Those machines lie.
Now, I never said anything about machines.
Well, shit. I knew it was a matter of time before those plants and their metal nanites came after me. What do you want?
Why the act? What's in it for you?
I've been around for a long time. When you're as old as me, you make enemies. And people always trust the medicine man. Even those metal nanites trusted me. Wasn't too hard to take their little machine from them.
I want that biome seeding device.
That's gonna be a problem. I sold it to Lebanon when he left. He said he was gonna take it to Bas, but I don't think he made it. It's long gone by now. It's a pity. If those talking plants were anything to go by, that device could have changed everything. Certainly made whoever controlled it a powerful entity.
You could actually talk to those plants.
Yeah, I speak most languages. Helps with grifting. Tell you what, you keep your mouth shut about this, and I'll give you a translator. It'll work on them.
Deal. The translator for my silence.
Man, with the way my recharge station has been acting up, I'm probably on my way out anyway. Take it and get out.
Well, that's very useful. Shit. Yes, thank you. So now I've got the ability to communicate to the moss. That's the breakthrough we needed for that storyline. That's good. I speak most languages. It helped with my grifting. He's not subtle about it, which I guess I can appreciate. Like, he's just so blatant about, like, yeah, I rip people off. I'm a thief and a liar, and my skill with languages is very helpful for that. There's the tear. I like that line. I don't know anything about no machines. I didn't say anything about machines. Well, shit. These must all be craters from, like, orbital bombardments? I don't know, I'm curious about South Africa and whether or not it has, like, these really cool looking geologic structures, because I'm questioning how they'd be made. I do kind of wonder if they were just bombed. But I don't know. So what do you guys think this guy's voice sounds like? Because so far it's just been like squirts and snorts and shit. Weird, strange utterances. This should be good. My wandering paid off really, like, stronger than I would have expected, honestly, for the last like half an hour or so.
Translation matrix waiting for input. Translation matrix now active.
My name is Mark Leslie. Can you understand me?
This place is not for you. This place is for us. Leave. Maybe? No? Definitely? Not.
This place is not for you. This place is for us. Alright.
We detected some red mercury close by. Do you know where it could be?
Red mercury is in the core. In our core. Inside the cave. Our cave. It keeps us warm. Keeps us close. The cave is home. It is our home. Out of the cold. Home is safe. The cave is safe. Yes. We must be safe. We must not leave the cave. Leaving the cave is bad. Stay here. No, don't go out. Do not go out. Stay. Stay safe in the cave.
You don't have to leave the cave, but I want to get inside.
No, definitely not. Cave is only for Moss, not for Mark Leslie. Some Moss left the cave, and now they are lost.
You say inside the cave is safe. Don't you want us to be safe?
Yes, definitely. Mark Leslie will be safe in the cave, but only when it's dark. When it's light, you can be outside and be safe. When it's dark, inside it is safe. And when it's wet, when it rains, it's nice, but only for a small time. Then it's bad. Uh-oh, it's still light.
It's very kind of you to want us to be safe.
Yes, Mark Leslie will be safe in there. The other Moss we lost were not safe. and then it rained. Go inside. It's safe in there.
What others?
The others. The ones who left. Uh-oh. We told them to go back when it got dark. But they didn't. Definitely not. Do you know where they are?
I think I might know where they've gone.
Maybe bring them home? Make them safe? Go inside now. It's safe. Find out how to bring back the others. How to make them safe.
They don't want to be in the cave. They all want to be safe. Uh-oh. This thing's adorable. It's just being nice. I guess it's... Yeah. Something alien and weirdly tentacly and bitey looks like worrying and dangerous, but then you remember, like, I mean, it probably doesn't eat anything, like, or any creatures, so, like, if it's not a predator, there's not much reason to fear it, unless it's territorial.